Yeah. I'm going to hell. I'm a demon. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to hell.
It's music and munchies.
Music and Munchies, episode 2. This is my boy Addy, but we're gonna go for the artist name Adoni. You feel me?
What's poppin'?
Appreciate you popping out on me today.
Sir.
Yes, sir.
Come
yes,
on,
sir.
man.
Trust me out of my bed, talking me down like that, put it on top of my head. I just got me a deep.
Today we got some burritos.
Ooh.
You know, I be sending everybody a list. I'm like, what do we want? So he was like, yeah, we getting burritos today. The masala joints.
You know what I'm saying? This is like, honestly, I haven't really gotten into burritos for real until I moved out here.
Where you from?
From New Orleans.
My boy.
Yeah, we don't do burritos for real. We do have Mexican cuisines, but we really big on like soul food and seafood.
So I'm knowing that part. So what is considered Mexican cuisine out there?
Well, really tacos. I feel like tacos is probably our biggest thing, but not burritos. I don't really see us really like locked in on burritos. I know California has like, you know, their signatures like the California burrito and stuff like that. So I've been out here just trying different stuff. We have burritos, but it's like seafood based.
To be honest with you, the California burrito is more like that's like a pretty boy Mexican
Really?
food.
Is that like a new
the
newer
asada
thing?
burrito? Yeah, it got French fries and stuff in it. Like,
oh, what?
I feel like the real cultures, they like, come on, dog, get them French fries out there.
Yeah, French fries in a burrito is kind of crazy.
Kind of crazy, bro.
Yo.
Now I got us some masala burritos. Shout out to Lucky Boy.
Shout
my
out to
people.
Lucky Boy.
I just spent some money over there, boy.
Oh,
hey,
shit.
These things real deal. But so shoot, let's dig in.
Dig in. Hell yeah.
Got some of this salsa real quick.
Ooh, this bit hot too.
Mm-hmm.
Not gonna lie. See, first dip, you gotta put the dip in first. I ain't gonna lie, right?
Yes,
you
sir.
get a change, just a little corner.
And then here's some also little side sauce.
Oh, we got the side sauce too.
Yeah.
All right, perfect.
Where's I going? So, obviously we got it. So you from New Orleans?
Mm-hmm.
How long you been in LA?
Coming up on 7 years.
7 years. Okay.
7 years.
About the same amount of time as me and Goon.
Yeah,
all
dude.
of us for real.
I'm about to say, so the fact that you actually said Goon, me and him, we met actually like my very, very first show out here. My very first show out here, and that's when me and Goon actually started linking. We were opening up for this guy named Frosty, like 916 Frosty or something like that. And it was at, I'm trying to remember what spot that was at.
I know when that fool got out here, bro, he hit the ground running.
No, like
That boy
running,
bro, did shows everywhere out here.
I think it was just the issue with what is that? The pandemic, dude. If the pandemic wasn't in the way, I feel like going to be way further than he is even right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that boy got some secret stuff in the chamber right now, but we be having them type of talks, bro. To be honest with you, I be feeling like the LA. Everybody who comes out here fresh got their uniqueness.
Yeah.
And I feel like LA, you see all these different levels of people, all these people that's so close to you, that's at the top, which a lot of people really don't know what to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But then you got people that come out here, and not saying like he matched with anybody's energy or we match with people's energy, but I think it starts to become more of a competition more than the love thing. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, man, I'm trying to make it to this label. Let me see what they want, you know? But what got you here was your uniqueness. You know what I'm saying? So like on that part, but
that's real.
Real talk. So how did you get started in music? And when? You know?
I can't tell you necessarily when. It's been a part of my life, damn near all the time. It was also like my first job too.
Like what do you mean by job?
I played in a church, like a little gospel church, man. Really was raised up by the church, really hard. I live in a Bible Belt, so that's why I really started learning how to do pockets and shit like that.
Bro.
Middle school.
Okay, church is always, bro. That's where my melodies and everything come from, for real. I gotta give credit to the church, bro, because like, my grandma, she was like the choir director. You know what I'm saying? My grandpa played the keys, but he was also the bishop. But bro, like, when you're talking about like, you said the pocket, right? Or like, bro, when the preacher preaching is, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like all those little pockets, bro, and they don't even be practiced. It's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like them real church melodies. I feel like a lot of people that I lock in with come from the church, bro. So I feel like the melodies and stuff really bring us together.
Oh hell yeah, dude. That's I
Great
feel like
foundation.
that's what probably like you were saying earlier, like how we linked up is because you heard certain stuff that you would only hear in certain spaces where you grow up in, you know. And when you hear certain melodies, you're like, okay, you got a little bit more of a background. This isn't just a hobby. Like you were born into it in a sense. You know what I'm saying?
For a fact.
Even with so like I played drums as my first job. I feel like that helped me with a lot of like my development as an artist as I've gotten older because how can I put this? There's practice, you know, you have to build a sense of discipline, you know what I'm saying, throughout the week. Even if you're going to school and shit, you still gotta find the time to learn the songs.
Yeah.
And then not only that, it helps you sharpen up your live age.
For sure.
Not a lot of niggas know how to like, you know, be active and know how to run a crowd or be in front of a crowd and really play in front of a crowd. So I feel like I'd have to give a lot of my learning or just that foundation to just playing the drums at church. I'm in front of a crowd every Sunday. I gotta know how to play. You're doing a live production, so you can't just fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Gotta pay attention, read
and
the room.
And they're gonna pull your card, you mess up, bro.
Exactly.
And you was playing the drums, so you had the piano or the organist boy. He was on y'all tail,
on your ass, and you better not mess up. You just gotta like look and pay attention the whole time and just be ready. You know. So I feel like being able to do that at such a young age definitely helped me like master certain skills with like doing a live show or handling a live show.
So you going from church to, let's say, you know, more secular. It wasn't easy for me because boy, I was taught hell at an early age. You know what I'm saying? So like, when did that like kind of
break off?
Yeah,
I didn't really get into. Funny enough, I didn't get into hip hop until after Katrina. So, and it's kind of insane to say because it's like, well, how did you not know about Lil Wayne? We did know about Lil Wayne, but he was just more of like a famous figure in a sense, like the Pope of Santa Claus. He was just he was around. We knew who he was. I didn't really put two and two together that he was a rapper and these were his songs. We just knew he was from New Orleans and he famous. So Hurricane Katrina was around 2005, 2006. My family, I would have to show respect to my family, dude. They weren't really super hard up on like not listening to it. I just wasn't introduced to it because my mom wasn't a big fan of rap at the time.
Got you. What was her playlist like?
Jazz, a bunch of Shaka Khan and a bunch of gospel music, like jazz. My granddad, he's a real big jazz trumpeter back in the city. His dad was even bigger. He played with Louis Armstrong and the rest of his band. So
wow,
this is kind of like back to back to back. Everybody was expecting me to do jazz, but I don't do jazz. Everybody was expecting me to play piano, but I was like, I'd rather these pockets.
Yeah.
So it went from like drums, then learning the drum machine type shit. And then that's kind of when I started really getting into more of like the secular side of music. And my uncle gave me my first album. It was what was it? It was Kanye and Jay-Z, the Watch the Throne. Watch the Throne was my very first like album that I had in my hands. That and Dark Twisted Fantasy. I knew about that album, but I didn't have it in my pocket.
See, if those is your early albums, then that means that you're getting prime Ye vibes.
Big prime, like stupid.
You know what I'm saying? To a fresh ear to the second. Well, you didn't.
Yeah, I wasn't really into it like that.
So like, my mom, she was all gospel. She sings. My grandpa, it's funny you say that because he played with like Lakeside and like wrote for like a bunch of different artists back in the days. He played the guitar as well. And so like, you know, I feel like that energy really just runs through the blood. But my mom was introduced to God from my dad's family. So she comes from like the pop locking era and stuff like that. Like she was all into that. And then, but my dad, I grew up on like 50 Cent with him. You know what I'm saying? So like, bro, the balance of like, see, I love trap music. If you hear my music, you would think I just listen to serious music all day. But I love 808s.
Yeah.
Melody.
Yeah.
It don't even matter if the rapper ain't saying nothing for real,
Yeah.
bro. But like with your music, bro, I don't know. Like even because How I Met You was at the writing session at Warner, and bro, how you was coming at these, I'm like, bro, I'm thinking of melodies and thinking of bounces, bro, and you just like walking in there freestyling craziness, bro. So I'm like, that's another reason why I had to have you, because I'm like, bro, you too talented, dog.
Yo, thank you. Word, yo, that's love.
Bro.
That's love. That's real love.
Sir.
Thank you. I appreciate
always,
that.
G.
But
gotta show love to the greats, man.
Man, what the fuck?
But
I really just take this shit seriously. I feel like that's also a blessing and a curse, because being able to come up with like weird pockets sometimes is hard to sell, especially to a white crowd. I have to either figure out one side or the other. I'm too black for the white folks, and then I'm too white for the black folks.
Earl said it the best.
You know? And then it's like, when you get to these label meetings, niggas just be like, well, what do you do? And I'm like, nigga, everything. You know? Yeah, like it's a weird balance that I've been having to like try to understand. So that,
I feel like the staying true to yourself is where you just gotta kind of run them over with it, because no offense to the white crowd, but they gonna fall in the pocket. Bro, these is black melodies, like this lives, bro. Like they say Elvis was like the king of, like he was stealing music, bro. You know what I'm saying? So like all these people was still in our pockets, bro. So if we stay true to our pocket, our melodies, what we got coming, bro, they gon' bite, dog. You know what I'm saying?
They have to, yeah.
I feel like a lot of times, because if you look at a lot of these labels and a lot of artists, they look like copy and paste of each other. So like they'll find something that they're comfortable with, and it's the things that is different to them that ain't comfortable, if that makes sense. So I'm really just saying, bro, the melodies that live within, bro, you gotta stay in them bounce, man. Stay true to it,
Stay true to it, yo. I definitely try my best with that, because I absolutely, I feel like a lot of artists, especially in the hip hop scene, don't really see how much jazz is influenced within the hip hop world. Like our bases started off with soul and jazz samples to make hip hop, and I feel like, I don't know, like the main goal for everybody else has been like to separate that, to split it apart, making hip hop or just rap in general not as important, or like a sense of a classical art form.
For sure.
Like we can do jazz and go to a super high art like spot. I want to be able to do hip hop and go into a super high art spot, and people still see it and view it the same, because it stems from the same thing. I just feel like since they don't really have enough control over the genre, they're going to set it aside and be like, well, this isn't,
I hate the setting that they're
rap. We don't fuck with it,
bro. I don't like the pocket that they got us in. Like, we not all murderers. We all don't like to flex diamonds. I can't appreciate the artists out there that stay true, but that's not the ones that's hitting the radios, bro. And I feel like, not to get too deep, but I feel like there's small agendas out there to kind of push us to look like a certain thing, bro.
Yes.
Anytime I tell anybody I make music, which I don't really promote it through like word of mouth all the time, but they always ask me, "Oh, so what are you a rapper?" I'm like,
that pisses me off.
Even if I was, why is that the first thing that comes to your mind? You know what I'm saying, bro?
Yeah.
And it be kind of offensive sometimes. Not even to be like super sensitive on it, but
no,
like, you know what I'm saying? Like, bro, there's so much greatness in our community, and everybody knows it, dog. But yeah, man,
getting a chance to hear some of your music, like I definitely loved and respect seeing how eclectic you can be. You know what I'm saying? It's like you have certain vibes and certain pockets that you're like, I know this is what I like, but let me show you what I can sell. You know what I'm saying? Sure. And I love how you can like take yourself and separate yourself from it. You know what I'm saying? Which makes it hard for me, because that's where it gets hard for me with like writing certain things. I'll be in a certain pocket, but then when I have to like switch gears, it takes me a second. And like I've listened to songs where you would make a country song, right? and then turn around and give us something that's like straight up house. Like you've never been to the Bible Belt a day in your life. You've never been to the South a day in your life. You're just like, yeah, I'm from the East Coast. What's good? You know,
Bruh.
you got it. You got that
Yeah.
duality. That's super fucking fire. Not a lot of niggas.
And we
can do
gonna
that.
stay true to it, bro. As hard as it take, I'm never selling out that just like do whatever I like. You're not gonna stop me from just doing what I want. And I also get bored of things quick. So like if I'm on one pocket for too long, I'm like, it's time to, you know what I'm saying? But like that's just my brain, bro. Like in class, they wanted to put me in all the little special classes, bro. Studio survival kit. 3 things.
3 things. And this is like when I'm pulling up to a studio, right? What is like the main 3 things I need at all times?
What you gotta have, bro?
Number 1. I hate doing this. Alcohol of some sort. I'm so nasty about this. I feel super bad.
Nah, bro, it be real, dog.
Okay, alcohol, Schweed, and grabber. That I feel like that's one. That's one thing by itself. And then my laptop. Yo, invest in a motherfucking preset, like a vocal preset. Or if you're the type of person who jumps around to different producers all the time, have your Logic set up to where you have your own preset. Go and hit up one of these fucking engineers and just give them like what, 50 to 100 bucks and be like, yo, make me a preset. Sure.
So since this is music and munchies, if you can label your music as a food, what would it be?
Like, all right, my shit is a charcuterie board. That's super random, but I like.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. See, I'm way up here with it. That's fire.
All right, so it's the charcuterie board. We get a little taste of everything.
Yeah.
By the time you finish the whole plate, nigga, you probably full. And the real charcuterie boards be having nice little wines to come on the side of that.
Yeah.
Bitch, you know what I'm saying? So we got mad choices to choose from. Everything is curated.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie. That was a great.
All right. There we go.
Late night munchie. Your ultimate late night munchie.
Late night munchies. It would have to be Van Leeuwen ice cream. Man, it's artisanal ice cream brand. This is y'all could sponsor me, by the way. I'm about to give y'all some free promo. You can go and catch them in damn near every Whole Foods. They have their own like flagship stores in Hollywood, West Hollywood. They got one up in Burbank, VANLEWEEN or some shit like that.
We're gonna wish that positivity on that one. Is it
Give
like
me
a
some
sorbet?
ice cream? Nah, they do have sorbets though. It's just really, really good. It was like honeycomb, cheesecake, pistachio, different type of mints, and it's all French ice cream. They go crazy. They add eggs to their ice cream, so when it melts, it doesn't taste like foamy. It tastes more like a milkshake or a whipped cream. Yeah.
That sounds crazy.
You know how like when Haagen-Dazs or like Ben and Jerry's, once it's out in the sun too long, it gets bubbly.
That's why you can't refreeze it.
Yeah, you can't do that. You can refreeze that shit and it go crazy. I was like, whoa. What about you? Have you answered this question a billion times already?
No, I haven't actually. To be honest with you, if my leftovers is in the fridge, bro, I'm good.
Anything, anything. Be like, shit.
Girl.
It is what it is. It's
just
whatever
don't touch
I got.
my leftovers, bit, dog. Like,
damn.
Let's say Olive Garden. If I get some pasta from Olive Garden,
you might get chin checked off the Olive Garden. Don't steal Olive Garden.
And you take my plate, and I've been thinking about it all day, bro.
You like, hold up.
We might have to catch a little.
Yo, just a tiny fade.
Let's say dead or alive, you get a free feature.
Free feature. It was gonna be Frank Ocean, but we from the same city, so I ain't even about to. That's gonna happen regardless.
Yeah.
It would have to be either 2 Chainz or Pusha T. 2 motherfuckers that I can say quite literally anytime you get a feature, they will do their job.
Oh, you heard that 2 Chainz, Larry June?
Yes.
Bro. I'm a huge Larry June fan. And also Alchemist produced that. I'm a big Alchemist fan. I got to see Larry June. I got to see 2 Chainz in a different light with that.
Yes.
I started this off of that album, bro.
Really?
Bro, yes. You gotta think it first. Then you gotta make it happen, bro.
That's crazy.
Real talk.
Yeah, I was about to say, those are 2 rap features specifically that I'm like, I know they will handle business no matter what type of pocket I'm in. It could be a dance track. I know I could call Pusha T and he will handle business. This nigga called up Pharrell and said, yo, call up Louis Vuitton. I need $2 million tomorrow. I'm not dropping an album until we get it. All he did was call them niggas up. 2 million from him, 2 million from Victor, 2 million from fucking Pharrell out of his own pockets. And then 2 million from Push. They got the 8 million together and they bought out their fucking shit. And they didn't have issues with each other.
That's crazy. Now that's actually
Taylor
very
Swift can't even do that.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? I love that for our people.
Yeah.
Niggas ain't doing that. Pusha T's been one of the most straightforward people of all time. He hasn't started anything with anybody.
There's a time that's really sweet on the way to us that I feel. You know what I'm saying? Because, bro, they've been trying to suppress us for too long, bro. We got niggas in Louis Vuitton, you know what I'm saying, in high places. We got
in high places.
You know what I'm saying? Like new black millionaires all the time, bro.
Billionaires.
You know what I'm saying? So like
moving up. Reparations is next.
Reparations is next.
But
hey, Lord,
yo,
you know we'll do a little reparation money. Now, so one thing I like to ask, you know, this is for the next generation as well.
Mm-hmm.
If you was to get $1 million contract today,
mm-hmm.
a whole million yours, what's the first thing you're doing?
I'm gonna buy a house. Middle of nowhere. We have Wi-Fi, so I'm gonna buy a house, get an apartment in LA. The house is not gonna be in LA. The apartment will be in LA.
Yeah.
My house is gonna be back in Louisiana. I could go and easily get a house for like $600,000. I spend an extra $100,000 on just fucking making a project. The last $100,000, well, $200,000 that I have left may go into additional marketing funds, or I'm gonna just put all $200K in my savings.
That's as black men. We go get life insurances. Don't quote me on everything. We get life insurances.
Life insurance.
And we get trust. Make sure we throw that money into life insurance and trust, and you know we can wiggle all that. I ain't got all the information, but
yeah,
I am trying to change the spectrum a little bit on how we make our dollar go up and stop falling down.
Type shit. If you have the money, build on yourself.
Yeah.
Trust in yourself.
Facts.
Because that's the right thing to do. Please invest in yourself. 20% is like usually my go ahead.
So what does the production look like? That's 100 bands. You got some. You ain't even really got it. You can build your own studio.
100 bands, yeah. And the funny thing is, I already got my own studio. So it's like, I just straight up go and get like one of these niche production companies or like marketing agencies. You know what I'm saying? With 100K, I could go and get my own marketing team my damn self. Right? I say this the whole 100. I'd say half of that will go into marketing. Production would be music videos and shit like that. Getting a one director. Everybody's going to be on a motherfucking payroll type shit. I'm going to use the same folks. I'm a Tyler Perry that bitch. I swear to God.
My dog.
Keep the same folks. So then if you have them on a retainer, a low key costs less than you trying to shoot 4-5 music videos separately. You know what I'm saying? New music video every 2 months or a new music video every month. Give them a bunch of little snippets and stuff. I am still big into long form content. I don't give a shit.
Like it's so many different celebrities now, but I feel like to bring that real energy is to like be in their face, be in their pocket. You know what I'm saying? Not pocket as in their wallet, but if there's a keychain, you know what I'm saying? Like I love physical media. So who's like one of the artists that you looked up to?
Kirk Franklin, Ty Tribbett.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. This is pretty deep bags. Y'all look those people up, please. Wallpaper, aka Ricky Reed, one of our greatest pop execs of all time, in my opinion. This nigga tore up all of the 2010s. Look him up. It's a lot of lore behind Ricky Reed. If there was no Ricky Reed, Lizzo would not be a thing, period. He handpicked her and was like, I got you.
Kirk Franklin is huge in my life.
Really?
Growing up in the black community.
Yeah.
But Ty Tribbett as well. He was like
niggas don't know. He was.
He was like, who can I compare him as in a secular world?
He was the Kanye. Like he was the Kanye. He was outside. He
was young.
He was young. That was what was cool to me. Is like the nigga was young.
I remember Kirk Franklin's first, not his first album, but one of his albums like traumatized me as a kid. You know that one intro when he like, what am I gonna do with my baby?
Oh shit! Oh shit! That, yes, man, niggas was in distress on that.
Bro, I was like, what's happening?
What's happening?
What's a feel that you want people to get from your music or take away from it?
A sense of safety.
Mm.
You know how like certain podcasts or certain girl groups, they'd be like, yo, this is a safe space.
Mm-hmm.
It should be okay to cry to. You should be able to have like your eureka moments. I want people to be themselves in the most like unforgiving way. Like do whatever you want to do.
It's crazy how you're so like in tune with your different vibes and energies, bro. Because your music to me is more like it's comfortable in like a great way. It's like I can listen to this and just be in a good normal mood.
Yeah,
like, I don't have, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you don't have to be in a certain mood.
But also, it's crazy how you brought up Ty Tribbett because you also give me that energy. You know what I'm saying? There's so many different pockets. Like we were sitting outside of Warner, bro. You were showing me some stuff that's like, this nigga really does it all, bro. But that's the melodies that live within.
Yeah. Just trying to set something that makes damn near everybody can relate to something. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes that doesn't necessarily mean to make like the most simplest song. Sometimes it just means to stretch out. I'd like people to kind of be themselves. Like when you listen to Playboi Carti's music, I love Playboi Carti, shouts out to him. But like when you hear his shit, you gotta feel like you're a vamp. 99% of these niggas ain't vamps. So it's like, you know, I would rather people like listen to my shit and they're still whoever they were beforehand, you know, instead of being like, you know, put them in the ground after you hear the shit, you know.
What did Juicy say?
Yeah. I'm going to hell. I'm a demon. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to hell.
Demon home.
Yo.
What would you tell your 7-year-old self if you could actually like rewind time?
That was 2007. Yo. WWE is not fucking real. It's all right. You will be in the entertainment industry. You just will not be flying off of turnbuckles. I didn't really kind of get the vibe from music until I got older, and I was just like, I need a job, you know?
Yeah. You know, it's crazy. When I was young, bro, I was crying to like, what you want to do for love
and everything.
Bro, I would cry to that, bro, and I didn't know why, bro. Bro, what?
Yo,
like, I would cry to that. And then, like, Sade, Anita Baker. Like, bro, these was like the people that I would give me those chills, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So, like, there are songs that I'll, like, not channel, because that sounds crazy. But, like, there are songs that I would be like, what would Sade do?
It was outside for real. The type of trap rap that we're listening to now was the type of shit that it sounded like that to them back then.
In an era from, like, let's say, like, the 40s to today.
Yeah.
We went through wanting the girl.
Yeah.
Then we went to getting the girl. Which is like 80s, 90s, or you still kind of wanted the girl, but okay, back in the days, they were begging for her.
Begging.
90s, 2000s, they had her, they trying to keep her.
90s was yearning. It was begging, then it turned to yearn.
Today, it's like, bro, this, man, fuck this hoe.
Yeah.
I'm trying to fuck.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, it's tricking. Everything's tricking
it's
now.
really tricking music, but the eras is like, you can see the evolution of it. So, it's a little...
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
It's the next segment. See, I'm glad I have my glasses on. If I didn't, I would have thought that was a Starburst. I ain't gonna lie. How he folded them is like in squares.
Hey, real talk, shout out to the sponsors. I definitely ain't shout them out yet.
Yo.
Aloe Vine.
Aloe Vine.
Yeah.
So good.
So, choose 3 of these.
Okay.
And you got to tell us what you will make out of it. Do you be cooking?
Yes.
Are you good at it?
I'd say I'm better than most. I am better than most. Okay. So we got 2 reds and 1 orange.
All right.
Here we go. Tortilla, ranch dressing. God, fuck, and bacon. God damn. All right. I need a meat bad. Oh, sriracha. God, fuck.
Wow.
Nothing else. These are all right. So we're going to make a bacon wrapped tortilla.
Bacon wrapped tortilla.
Yeah, or not a bacon wrapped tortilla. A tortilla bacon wrap.
Tortilla bacon wrap.
Right.
I think that sounds about right.
That's the only thing I'm going to be able to make. These are impossible ingredients to work with. Ranch dressing and sriracha sauce will be mixed, so I have a little spicy sriracha.
You can lay it on the little plate and do like
exactly.
Yeah.
My new sandwich wrap, which is mostly made of bacon, I'll be dumping it into the sriracha mixed ranch dressing. There's nothing I can do with that. That's all I'm gonna have.
What do you do this for? Like, what's your reason why? Could be outside of yourself, but it could also just be for yourself. But like little brothers and sisters, like family. You know
I feel like If it was strictly for myself, I would have never left New Orleans.
I feel that same exact way.
Um, it's for others. That's kind of why I went out here to kind of prove personally to myself, can I like hang with the big dogs? You know what I'm saying? I went from like a hick small ass town, which again, New Orleans is popular. We are a town, not a city. We have the most, I feel like we have the most history in our shit, but just because we were around during the time when like, so New Orleans was actually one of the very first cities slaves, free people of color, and white people could like all just get together.
Leave us like what you got coming. What,
Oh, all right, yo, all right. So it is depending on when this is coming out. We have multiple shows throughout the motherfucking summer called White Linen Nights. It's a bit of a summer series that puts a spotlight on all artists of color that on in any medium, by the way, that just kind of puts a spotlight on folks that are just really deep into their art, true artisanal work, and you know, showing it all, showing each other their trades. Almost about 200 years ago, back in New Orleans, we had this thing called White Linen Night, not nights. We just added the S because we're doing multiple, and they still do it to this day, where they'll open up all of the art galleries in the city for free.
This is you was telling me at Warner.
Yes. Well, they open up all the art galleries for free and they show off their artwork. So even further back, slaves used to do that on certain Sundays where they go in, get together, and then they show off their trades. This is how they learned certain martial arts. This is how they learned how to do certain basket weaves, learned how to learn each other's languages, which then led to different revolts, different, you know what I'm saying? It built.
Started this?
No, I personally didn't start this.
But did you give the idea?
I got the idea from White Linen Night.
I really feel like that could be something to evolve, because even the footage that I saw from the other night, which I'm sorry I didn't make it out to, but told you.
Yeah.
But bro, it just looked like a great energy, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody who was performing, all the white, you know what I'm saying? Everybody wearing their white, but
it sets intention.
Bunch of different artists, bro, and that's dope to me. So I really feel like that's gonna evolve into something great. And keep on pushing on that one.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
For real,
much love. My music wise, EP is coming out. It's called Summer Solstice. It's gonna be a mix between like Afrobeat and EDM. It's outside, niggas. We outside. It's about to be super fire. And then yeah, that's it.
How they gonna how they find you? Instagram.
Yo, fucking find me at Fourth Eye Addy. Why is it Fourth Eye? Because I got glasses, nigga. So it's FOURTHEYE Fourth Eye Addy.
Sir, we appreciate you coming. Music and Munchies, episode 2.
Yes, sir.
My boy. It's like the 5th dap of the time.
Oh, no, hey, we hitting them.
Great energy. Now, I appreciate you, man.
It's music and Munchies.